The community engagement in Manaia begins a long time ago with us deciding to ascertain from and with our community what they'd actually like to do to improve things for themselves and their children. A long time ago we used aid and development type activities to find out what people would like to do. One of them is called The Story of the Hole in the Middle, which borrows heavily from World Vision village development theory. And people drew a series of pictures and talked about what they'd like to do, how they would like to help their children, and how they would like things to be improved in this oldest state house community in New Zealand. And one of the things that they said was that they would like to be involved with their children. Another thing that they said was that they didn't want to have budget schools anymore and they'd like to have computers in their schools. This is 24 years ago. Another thing they said was that our schools ought to have school halls because they didn't, and that in order not to look budget, we should all have school uniforms. So actually the community right at the outset said some things that we got to work on. As we got to work with the tech in school idea, or the EduTech idea, the shift in pedagogy that was associated with it proved successful, and the community in successive meetings didn't just back the idea of doing more, they were actively asking for more. And so it became our mission to find out how to provide that. In the mid-2000s, when this thing called one-to-one began to be spoken of around the world, we started investigating whether it could ever be feasible financially or otherwise in a community like ours. And in 2008, the feasibility moment arrived, but we still didn't know how to do it. At the request of our community, we continued to investigate, and 2 years later, in 2010, we figured out how to do it. I guess what's different about Manaia is that this was not about us persuading our community to do something. This was about a succession of meetings over a very long time, always exposing the evidence and the data from learning to the community and having them tell us what they'd like to do next.